What's going on? Let me know where you're watching from. Getting ready to put some of these boots together. These are the Vamps. Looks like we got one person watching. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. Okay, maybe not. Hey, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. I won't be able to be here for too long. Maybe an hour or so, maybe less than that. We're putting some boots together finally. So, what's going on, guys? Putting some boots together. These are the tops. Looks like people are finally starting to trickle in here a little bit. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, like the live, and drop me a comment if you can hear me. I will really appreciate it. Let me see. We'll give it a little bit of time. It seems like it takes, what's going on, Veronica? It seems like it takes people between, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes to start trickling in here. So we'll just see. I don't really, but I'm fixing to put these boots together. This is the pattern, boot top pattern. If you were on our live last time, I showed it to you. We're just getting ready. We're gonna start marrying the parts together here. So we're gonna start doing that here in a minute. I need to go ahead and get, gotta make sure these parts don't hit each other, because once if they touch, they're gonna get stuck. And I think, let me see. And we also got our super chat fixed. So for those of you that want to support the channel, we had some people ask about it last time or a couple times ago. I'll say earlier this week. They were asking about the super chat because they wanted to donate or whatever, help the channel out. And I had no clue what they were talking about. I mean, I've seen it before, but I had no clue what they were talking about, so we got that fixed. And what I'm doing here, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know who's doing all the little things, but what I'm doing is I'm trying to check, make sure everything is going to line up perfectly. I've got my marks here on the side. And what I need to do is I need to take my silver pen, if I can find it, and kind of mark where our pattern is going to go, make sure it's lined up. Right there. There we go. And yeah, that sounds like I got something going on. It's probably because I do. We got 15 people on here, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, 18 now. Wow. 18 people. That's awesome. 18 people. Who thought it was cool to watch our little channel on the YouTube? That's awesome. I appreciate that. Hey, Jeffrey, what's going on, man? All right, so now that we got that going, now I got to come roughing up the, oh, shoot. Got to keep this from touching. Probably going to take this fine little tool. We're going to roughen this little area up so we can start putting the pieces together. We roughen this up so that the contact cement will kind of, instead of just laying on top of it, it'll kind of go through. my God, we got 17 people watching. That's awesome. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I'm always curious. I've had people all the way from like Thailand and whatnot watching, which is weird. Majority are from the US, but you know, you do have some people from like the UK and stuff like that. So this is just contact cement I'm putting on here just so we can get them on, get them sticking. So I'll let that dry a minute. Wow, Phoenix, Arizona, man, you're close to a lot of them boot makers out there. All right, so now we gotta be careful. We gotta start putting this puppy down. Just like that. And here's where it gets kind of interesting. All right. Phoenix, Arizona's in the house, buddy. Yeah. Go. You're awesome. Who's that? Case O France. Well, I try to be. I mean, I'm not the, I don't know if I'm the coolest or awesome-est. I try to be nice to people, you know. I mean, I treat people the way I would like to be treated. I think life just, you know, I feel like life just works better that way. If I'm being honest with you. And that's it for this one. Let me get this hammer. Just lightly tap it on there. We don't have to bang this thing into another generation, but this is what it is now. Now we got to do is go back and stitch this one. If you go to your fridge and eat a spoonful of mustard, quite frankly, I don't have any mustard. You can send me the $50 though. The creepy archives. I mean, that sounds kind of kinky, you know? You're making cowboy boot. David, yes, sir. Making some boots. To leave no one. You know, a case, you know, y'all can just send me the money. I mean, I've sniffed enough glue fumes in here to probably deserve it. AJ, we used to honestly make a lot more stuff, and that might be something we can do in the future, man, but honestly, I've had to really come to realization, and I've done this maybe in the past, you know, I've known this for probably a year, but I've come to the realization that I have to focus on the boot thing, because you know, some of our orders are getting a little behind because I'm too busy doing a bunch of other stuff for people. So to answer your question, not at the moment. Can we make them? Yes, but I'm not doing any custom leather work at the moment. Unless it's a belt or something that I can do fairly simple. Or something I have the patterns for, something like that. And that's the only reason for that, honestly, is we just got so many of these boot orders now that I need to really focus. Need to focus on these orders. Would I love to? Absolutely. No, not even chaps. We can make all that stuff. I just don't have the time for it at the moment. Unfortunately. Hey, Jay, where are you located, buddy? And honestly, Jay, it breaks my heart to not be able to say yes to you because I do, but Phoenix, Arizona, Gilbert. You know, you should have a bunch of people out there that makes that kind of stuff. I would definitely get in touch or try to find somebody local to you. I'm all the way in Georgia. I'm in Georgia, so I'm a good little ways off from you. But I would check somewhere close to your area if you can. But you'd be surprised how many people ask, and unfortunately, we just don't have the time at the moment. Hey, look, we got 3 likes and 20 people. That's awesome. That's awesome. I can't remember. I think the most people I've had on here is probably like at any given time. I mean, it's not that much. But favorite toe ship. My favorite toe ship is the stuff that we make, which is considered I like what they call a 7-toe. Let me show you a pair of boots I made. These are some boots I've made. Donkey. So this is the kind of toe shape I like. It's not a square toe. This one's a little bit wider. They're probably 1.5 toes. So I mean, I like this, but even narrower is good. Hey, Jay. Oh, that's cool, man. Oh, cool. You staying busy, Jay? Grass mowing since 2019. We got into it in 2019. What does this? I mean, I don't know really what donkey foreskin looks like, so you got me on that one, buddy. What look? The colors or the toe shape? Base price is $1,800. Yeah. So, but no, these I made these for a buddy of mine, and he's actually fixing to get deployed. So, I think I don't know how long he's going to be gone for. You can see that MG on it right there. I don't know how long. I think he's going to be gone for about 10 months. So he just told me to keep the boots as display until he gets back. Hey, Vanessa. How are you and Scott doing? Hey, Jay. Yeah, I get it. I mean, for us, because we did, on top of making the boots, we have the repairs and the custom stuff. And, from talking to a lot of other people and, just stuff that just happened over the years, we just came to the decision that we need to cut out all the custom stuff that we're not really doing, cut out all the custom stuff and, or the leather stuff and besides belts and stuff like that and repairs just to be able to keep up with the orders. Cause we're actually surprisingly, knock on wood, we've been blessed and fortunate to get more orders in. But, the thing is, when you're 6, 7 months out on just custom boot orders and, months out on repairs, it kind of, that's when you got to start making decisions as to what you want to back off of. And since I enjoy the process of making boots more, we're just going to focus on the boots and kind of back off of the repairs a little bit until we get everything caught up. And then we can probably start taking in more stuff. Grass mowing. How would I recommend it? I mean, honestly, if I had to start all over again, what I would do is I would go work for somebody that makes boots or just go learn from them, even if it's free, because I had to pay. I learned for free because somebody was willing to teach me, but many cases, you have to pay to learn, and that's what I would do. And I would go work for somebody for free, just helping them build boots and learning the method and doing that kind of stuff. And then after doing that for years, then you can go on your own, because it's not just the thing about all this stuff, like the repairs and the custom leather work and all that stuff. It's not only just knowing how to do the stuff. I mean, making a pair of boots is not hard, right? I mean, it takes a long time, but it's not hard. Not only do you have to make the boots, but you also have to manage the customers. You have to manage the finances. You have to manage your marketing, your advertising. You have to know how to run a business. And I think a lot of people go into business for themselves, doing leather work or doing something else related with farming or doing whatever, and they don't realize that they don't realize what it all entails. And honestly, quite frankly, you got to know how to run a business before you can get into the stuff and do it for a living. And I learned that. The reason I say that is because I learned that the hard way. I wish, looking back on it, if I had to do this all over again, I would work for somebody who does this successfully and kind of model their business plan, figure out how they work, what their customers are like, and then kind of just image or mirror what they're doing for my business. I know that was a little long-winded, but hopefully that answered your question. Yeah, J-Dog. Yeah, definitely got to learn the basics. But there's a lot more to this leather thing that people don't realize. Is you got to figure out what, like different leathers. There's certain, you got your veg tan leathers and you have your chrome tan leathers. You can't make sheets and put anything next to metal on a chrome tan leather. But you have to use veg tan leather. You have to dye it. You have to learn the finishes. Now on cowboy boots on a lot of the leathers, they're chrome tanned. You can make them out of some veg tan, which we use some of our bull shoulder, but it's just learning all that stuff, and that just comes from years of doing it. No problem, grass mowing. Depending on where you're at, just find you somebody local to you that makes boots or something like that, and just tell them you're interested in learning how to do it. They'll either tell you yes or they'll tell you no. Usually if they're older, depending on how much older they are, they'll be a little hesitant to teach you. And the reason for that is because they've probably taught people how to do it, and just nobody sticks with it, because once they start doing it, they realize that it's a lot harder than it is. And I should probably do the background, put my boots in there so people think it's probably. Beastmasters. I don't know. I don't think I ever heard of them. I'm gonna have to look them up. Well, I've got this pair right here, and the thing about this last is it's a proprietary last that we use. The guy that taught me how to make boots, he actually took a last and modified it, sent it to Mexico, and have it built into the plastic ones. And that's what we use. As far as I know, there's only 3 of us that have the blessing to use the last. I'm sure there's people around that use them, just not to the extent that we use them, which gives you that kind of classic look. This is buffalo skin right here. little bit taller heel on these, but I'll be ready to have these done. I'm hoping in the next few days we can get these done. Yeah, Jay. And that's another thing too, because one of the guys that taught me how to make boots, he makes a lot of boots. He makes a lot of boots for like working cowboys. And so one of the things, if you look at the heel like this, I mean, it's got a little bit of a slant, but if you look at it from the back, it maintains that width for balance. Yeah, this one does. I mean, semi. I mean, that's enough to hold the spur down, because once you put the spurs, it'll kind of push it down a little bit. And also, as far as the heel goes, a lot of my back counters are bigger. My back panel in general is bigger than the front panel. And that's one of the things that I learned from the guy that taught me how to make boots again, which is important to go learn from people, because they'll look at your boots and be like, this is what you can do to make it different, make it better. And so we make the back panel a little bit bigger, and then this brings the heel a little bit, or the front of the heel, the breast of the heel, a little bit further forward. So for you guys that ride, you know, your stirrup will sit a little bit further forward. That way you don't wear out the fronts of your boots. So just little things you learn. There's a lot to this than most people realize, honestly. And these are the liners, which is, you know, orthopedic lining leather. Yeah, and because if you realize, let me grab a pair of boots that I have on the shelf that we sell. Hang on, I'll show you. So, all right. So this is a pair of Ariat boots, right? Now you notice how this right here looks pretty short. And so the heel is going to be slightly ahead of that. And you see how, compared to this boot here, I don't know if you can really tell. See? Which this is really a really bad example, because the boots are not the same, they're not the same size. But you can even see, I mean, it's shorter. Again, I don't know if that was probably a really poor example. Yeah, actually, the guy that ordered this pair, this is like his third pair of boots he's ordered from me. And he was going through about 3 to 4 pair of boots a year. And, you know, he was buying, I think the boots he was buying were like $300-400. So if you do 350 times 3, I mean, that's 900, I don't know, 960?
Sorry, I didn't get that. Could you restate the question?
I don't know, hang on. So we'll just say they're 350. I think it's like 1,000 or something like that. Yeah, 1050.
Here's what I found.
Gosh. And so even if you do that for two years, I mean, you know, it's about $1,100 or $2,100. With these boots, you know, they're $1,800 a pair roughly. I mean, he'll get 5, 6, 7 years out of them, if not longer. So, I mean, and that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is this right here, a custom boot is an investment. It's not something you just buy. This right here is something you just buy off the shelf for the weekend, for like a one-time wear. This is something you want to invest in for your feet, for your back, and your knees. And mainly because we'll measure you. And so, but when he got his boots out, I mean, he called me. He was calling me. He called me every other day and bragging about him, saying, man, I was in, mid-calf water. Boots didn't even get wet. His socks weren't even wet. And so, and they're still going strong. Like I said, this is the second pair, and this will be his third pair. Second or third, I don't know. Third or fourth, one of those things. And so, but he's getting deployed, and so we're just gonna keep him here for a little bit. So we got 17 people on here. I appreciate the question, Jay. Joshua, yes, I don't know if I answered your question or not, but yes, they do. Some extent, some can be wider, some can be narrower. It just depends. I've had people say they want really wide spur shelf, or a spur ridge, they call it. And some just say, just put something up there to hold my spurs. Because your spurs should be snug enough to where they're right here, I don't have my spurs here to show you, but they're nice boots. I like the way. I think I'm finally, after making these boots, I'm finally getting to the point where I like the way my boots look. It took me a while before I was happy with a lot of my boots, but I feel like now they're getting to the point where I'm happy with them. Customers are happy with them, which not gonna, so that's always good. You guys want to go watch me stitch these up? I guess we need to. All right, come on. We're still organizing the shop here, so it's a little mess. So we got to roll over to this machine. Yeah, you see all the mess behind me. I try to keep my shop straightened up to some extent, but it just doesn't happen that way. Lined boots. When you say lined, are you talking like, you talking like weather lined? All my boots are lined. They're all lined. And the bottoms are lined too. The feet have that, I don't know if I showed you that calf. Oh, and this is the last, I don't know if, for those of you that jumped on this live for the first time, you can see this last where we've modified it, added to the ball here to give us those measurements for the toes. Don't know if you can see it. See how wide that is. Let's see what we got going on here. Got some mail. Really need to get my little office space set up, but it is what it is. I'm trying to figure out where to put you guys. All right. Let me see. All right, let's hold our breath. Count to 10. Let's see. Just plug in the edges there. I feel like I'm trying to get over something here. I tried to avoid that at all costs, man. I've cut my fingers a lot. I've been lucky enough to not have to go through the pain of stitching my finger. My son, my 3-year-old son did that. Well, we were moving one of the machines and he was out there playing with it. And I had put a needle in it because I was testing it out. So all I heard was we heard that machine rolling. And we just heard him crying. And when he came from that direction, we knew exactly what had happened. He's fine now. He's a tough kid, man. Mama was worried though. That's like always, it's moms. I grew up on a horse ranch, so I'm used to getting hurt for little stupid things and not worry about it. The moment I feel like my fingers falling apart, that's when I'll probably go to the doctor. But other than that, my wife's a nurse, so if I ever get hurt, she's probably the one that's going to take care of me. This. The thing about making boots is everybody does it different. So if you see me doing different than somebody else you've seen, don't be afraid. If there's one thing I learned about these boot makers is that everybody does things different. How long have we been on this thing? 30 minutes? I'm probably gonna stitch this one on real quick and then I'm probably gonna end that live. I gotta run to town Saturday. I gotta hang out with my kids. Gotta go to church tomorrow too. And then we got to come back and see if we can get some organization on the shop going. How many people we got? We got 13 people, man. Hey, if y'all want to donate to support the channel, I mean, I really appreciate it. Don't think it goes unappreciated. I should probably start doing these YouTube videos to help fund the rehab for our new location, man. 'Cause I just, it needs a full blown rehab. So I may do that. I don't know. We'll see. My biggest thing is I do not like asking for anything. I don't like asking for help. I don't like asking for nothing. My wife gets on to me all the time. She says, "You can't do everything on your own." Yeah, I'm gonna try. We'll try. doing is I'm back stitching these holes here. And then we'll go back and put the liners in. Oh, we gotta do this. Basically, we're just tying the ends up here. There we go. Hey, for those of you guys still watching, looks like we got 9 people on here. Give me some ideas on what I can do to provide more value for you guys watching. I still haven't advertised any of these. I could probably go to a lot of these boot groups that I'm a part of and just advertise. But I don't know. Because I like to tailor stuff to what, you guys want to watch, but I don't do stupid stuff. I'm not gonna dance. That's just not me. So I don't know. I don't know, fellas. I'll show you what it looks like once I get it down. Gotta stitch this side right here. There we go. Gotta spread it up so we can get around that vamp. That's it. So that's what it looks like. It's got the first row on it. I don't know how well you can see it, but all right. We're done with this one. Well, we got the first part of it done. I'm probably going to end the live here. Like always, I appreciate. Well, I guess y'all can see me put these. Show you what I'm talking about with these things. I don't even know who's still on here. So this is the liners. So now that this is stitched, we can go back and roughen up a little area there. And then we stick our piece of liner where it needs to go, like that. We glue it, and then we go back and we put 2 more rows of stitching, actually 3. We put 2 on the actual vamp and then 1 row on the inside there. Which these probably don't need all that because they're gonna be they're not gonna be work boots per se. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I gotta run to town real quick. I'm glad we finally got the vamps on it. Hopefully by next week, we'll get these finished up. I don't know how much I'll be able to show you guys on the live. But you'll probably get to see some pictures, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for hopping on, and we'll see you on the next one. Looks like we just got a couple people come in, so. But anyway, that's how it starts. We got some stuff on here. These are gonna be ready to get, because then we get the back panels, and then we gotta stitch the front and back together, inside out, and then we gotta turn the boots. So thanks for stopping by. John Brown, Horween. I don't know. We've used something similar, which is like SB foot. And so it's kind of similar, but no, Horween is a little bit thicker. That'd be something more I'd use for like a pair of work boots, which kind of like, it'll be the same thing that I made these out of, which is buffalo. That buffalo leather, man, that stuff is thick. So yeah, Horween is good leather. I think if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the tanneries that is still in the U.S. So Justice Jane, what's up? But no, we're planning on, like I was telling some other people earlier. Um, yeah, this is the pair that we're working on now. I just stitched the vamps on, and then the back panels. You know, we still got to do the leather counter, and then with the counter cover, and then once that's done, we'll stitch them inside out like that, and then we'll flip them. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we used to make boots, a lot of the tanneries aren't even in the U.S. anymore. It's hard to get kid skin nowadays, which we use a lot of kid skin. It's a bunch of colors. One thing that I've got back there, I mean, without pulling everything, this is some water buffalo calf, which is nice. My opinion on them, I'd say delicate. They're delicate. The skin's very thin. I mean, I don't know if you want my opinion as to would I wear them? Probably not. And that's just me personally, because I wear my boots for everything. I don't have a pair of boots to go out in. I don't have a pair of boots to work in. I just have boots that I wear. I don't polish. I'll clean my boots off, but I'm not gonna sit there and polish them. Well, Thursday, are they all made out of China now? I thought they were made in Mexico. I could have sworn Thursday boots were made in Mexico. They're probably like Tacovas. You know, Tacovas used to be made in Mexico, but then a lot of their stuff now is made in China, Vietnam. I can't remember some other country out there. So Singapore. I don't know. I think Thailand. So, ugh. The Shoe King. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. John, yeah, I don't know. I mean, last I heard, their stuff was made in Mexico, but I didn't even think they had anything made in the U.S. Because I remember the days when they were trying to crowdsource money to be able to afford to be able to manufacture those Thursday boots in Mexico. I guess while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'll just go ahead and start. What I'm doing here is I'm scraping a little bit of this here to make it easier for the contact cement to kind of stick on here. Huh. I don't know. That I didn't know. Learn something new. Yeah, for a while there, we were trying to actually get, we were trying to private label boots to sell under a brand that I created, but I wanted them made in the US and I wanted them, or Mexico, and I wanted them to be good quality. I had multiple people, multiple places in Mexico and the US send me samples, but the samples they sent me were very, very, very cheaply made. And I just, quite frankly, for one, I didn't feel comfortable putting my name on something like that. And two, some of the people that I spoke to, they would change their prices every time I talked to them. And I just said, man, you know what? I can't do business like that. Yeah, not only did Thursday do that, but I think Drew's also did the same thing because people were complaining about their toes being cramped up. And I understand that people over time, they get bigger and stuff like that. But also I think we live in a time where people are afraid to break boots in. You know, it's hard for people to break some boots in. You know, I said I was leaving, but I'm still here, so. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And you know what's funny is as a boot maker, I mean, my boots, I don't have that many pairs of boots. You know, I'm so busy building everybody else's boots, I don't have time to make new boots. So I need boots, but my wife is like, you've got all these boots you gotta make. And I was like, all right. So I'm usually the last one. Last pair of boots I built for myself, I built them out of scrap leather. And you can tell the panels are different. But that doesn't bother me any. All right, that's that. Oh, man. No, a boot maker is just a boot maker. A cobbler is somebody who repairs shoes, which we do. But no, a boot maker is just a boot maker. A cobbler is somebody who specifically repairs leather goods and shoes. I guess technically I was considered a cobbler, but I'm actually a boot maker. I'm a boot maker that also repairs, which, like I was saying earlier, I don't know if you listen to this, but you know, we're at a point now where I'm not even taking in repairs anymore. Because we got just, you know, orders to fulfill, and I'm getting backed up on these orders that I promised. And so it's just, you know, I'm having to tell customers, no, you know, wait, you know, give me a little time to get caught up with all this stuff, and then we can do that, and, you know, then take repairs again. Heard from somebody they were having some sort of trail ride out here today, so there's people out there riding horses, and that's cool, you know. It's cool for me. Give me that whole thing. Yeah, so I mean, and that's why it's like, that's why it's a cobbler, you know, that's who for repairs, which that's how we started out. I mean, we had a repair shop, and till today we still do repairs, but because of where we're at, you know, we're blessed and thankful to have these orders, but now we just got to fulfill them. So I mean, at any given time, we'll always repair our own stuff. Like, that'll never stop. Like, even if we stop taking in outside boots and stuff like that, we'll always repair our stuff. And I'm not gonna 100% get rid of it, you know? It's just for now until we get somewhat caught up. All right, let's do this. It's just, hey, John, it's just Manny's Boots, mannysboots.com. And you'll see some of the brands that we carry, like Area and stuff like that. But I'm probably going to change the website here soon to basically just showcase our custom boots and our work, and kind of back off of all those boots we sell. Like I said, it's nothing personal, but it's just a lot of the stuff that we do. I just enjoy the process of building boots a lot more. So that's a liner. So now we got to go back to the machine and stitch, but I'm probably going to do that another day. Not today. I got to go home. Because normally we got to go to church tomorrow morning. Hi, John. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you subscribing and supporting our channel, man. And if you're ever in town, you're ever in Reynolds, come by the shop. Hopefully by then we'll have some of this stuff already organized, because right now it's a mess. It's a mess. All right, so now we got the liners on. So this is what your foot actually touches, that smooth leather. So, so we'll go back and put another 3 rows of stitching on each one. So, but we'll do that later. I gotta go to town, gotta go home. All right, John, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support. And I'm probably going to end this live now. I got to run out. But I appreciate the support. I appreciate you guys watching. I always say, whether we have 6 people or 6,000, the people that show up are the ones that matter. And you matter. So thank you so much for your support. We'll see you guys on the next one. All right, bye.